and welcome to the 7th annual Anthony Gilardi Acting Studio Breakthrough Show. We have an amazing show tonight, and you're going to see some incredible performances. There's going to be some singing, there's going to be some stand-up, there's going to be some dancing. It's going to be fucking great, trust me.
Thank you, sir.
So, the theme of tonight's show is hope, which I think is very fitting given the current state of society. But despite all the doom and gloom that seems to be going on in the world, 2018 has actually been a very special year for the Anthony Gilardi Acting Studio. It's actually been a record-breaking year for our studio, and I'm going to share with you some of those achievements now. So as of today, the studio has the highest number of active members it's ever had, and it's growing. And it's growing at an amazing rate, and that's testament to Anthony, because you know this is so much more than an acting studio; it's a fucking family.
Yeah.
So this year we also had a record-breaking 30 hippos book roles on major TV shows or feature films. Now that number doesn't include short films or student films or web series or commercials or co-star roles. If I was to include all of that, the number would be much, much, much higher. And 30 is an amazing number. A record 11 members of the studio are either series regulars or leads on major television shows. We have hippos on shows such as Legends of Tomorrow, DC's Titans, Shameless, what else? There's a lot. Dynasty, Mayans. Speaking of Mayans, by the way, there are 6 studio members on that show. And if there are people here tonight that aren't sort of familiar with how this works, getting one person from a studio on a show is a big deal. But 6 people from one studio on the same TV show it's unheard of. So that's something we should be really Away from the acting side of things, we had the Hippo Hike this year, which was another massive success. It was the 7th one, and we broke our previous record of money raised for the Saves Foundation, which takes care of displaced families. This year also saw the launch of Noah's on-camera audition technique class, which I know a lot of people in here have taken. I think 16 studio members have done it so far, and the booking rate has been great, and we're all very happy to have that. And finally, this year saw the launch of the Hippo Life Performing Arts for Military Vets program. I know it's something that's very dear to Anthony, and I know to see it come to fruition was amazing. During a 10-week program, we had 20 vets go through our program. They shot a short film, they shot a documentary, which will be premiering next Friday. So if you haven't bought tickets for that yet, or if you haven't donated, do it. And that was an amazing thing. And 10 of those military veterans are now full-time members of the studio. A lot of them are here tonight. One of them's actually going to be performing the show, so if you can guess who it is. And before I pass you on to the real talent, I've been told specifically to make sure I don't forget to tell you that we have the venue till closing, which I think is midnight. Well,
till they throw
us out. So make sure that you make good use of the bar, get pissed off the wazoo, and for those of you who don't speak British, that means get very drunk. I'm now going to pass you on to our first act of the night, Hope and Josh.
Yes, Sid.
everybody doing? All right, without further ado, everybody, let's welcome Yasmin Kassiri.
Wow, that is something to follow. All right. So when they first approached me about doing this, I thought this was going to be great. Then they told me the theme was hope, and I was like, what? Have you seen the world? This was before the, too soon. This was before the midterm elections, and I think my face turned into that, you know, that emoji that's like two big eyes, so like, what? But of course, you know, that's why they chose this theme of hope. Politics is a very depressing thing for me to watch. Every week, they find a new way to attack LGBT rights. So I, as an American citizen, am being told the very clear message that not only does this current administration not support me, but they are actively challenging my right to exist. Can't even say it, that's how powerful they're attacking me. But I do get some hope back when I see who's actually running the administration. Thank you. The first time I saw Ann Coulter speak, I literally thought she was an SNL character. That's not a joke. Yes. Right, it's so hopeful I forgot about it. But if they keep attacking LGBTQ rights, I can go to Canada as a refugee. But, wait. Fair table. Get them more drinks. But while the rest of humanity may not be like the administration, a lot of people are out of touch. I was at a burlesque show with my lesbians, and thank you. That's why they like me so much. It's the tie and the cat fun. I met these two ladies who were from Canada, as in they had just moved here from Canada. I was like, why on earth would you do that? Justin Trudeau has an open invitation to invade. It was like being in the Twilight Zone. Canadians moving to America. So, of course, I responded with, why? And one of them said, I met a man. Straight people. Only straight people. And yes, they were white and cisgender, because only a white straight man would bring someone to America. I literally spent a day trying to figure out how I could get Canadian citizenship because my great-grandmother's from Quebec. It's like the straight white man's perspective of America is, this is America, and the rest of us are like, this is America. It's like, there's like all these men who are like, why are women suddenly so angry? Where have you been for the last 1,000 years? So hope. The cool thing is when you're a minority is you get a really interesting perspective on hope. You can see things other people can't. When I was in junior high, I didn't know gay marriage was a thing, and I am gay, obviously. If you had told my preteen self that one day I'd be living in LA, wearing what I want to wear, looking fabulous, and I would go from 0 to 60 lesbians literally, see, they're here. I don't think I would have been able to process that. So no matter how bad it's been getting, it's been worse. Progress is not linear. It slips and slides, and sometimes it can go horribly wrong. But it's been worse for some of us. And I think that's why it's hard for some people to have hope, because it's never been worse for them. I actually thought I was the only person on the face of the planet like me. But now you can't flip through TV without seeing queer people, not just the flamboyant, gay, white, cisgender man, but queer people, and that's incredible. But while we see progress, we're also critical of what's going on. Because that one token lesbian character, who is always blonde, by the way, hashtag cast me, is always killed off. No lesbian is killing off the lesbian character. She's gonna kill off the straight man by blowing up his penis. Sorry, Mom. And Dad. Mostly Dad. But that's a part of being gay. We're sassy and we're critical. That's why we're so good at fashion. The other cool thing about being a minority is that you can see how hate promotes progress. The Westboro Baptist Church has actually caused more people to support LGBTQ rights. And that's because it's one or the other. You're either for human rights or you're against them. There is no middle ground. That's the opening to my TED Talk. But it makes sense that they push people towards LGBTQ rights, because on the one side you have God kills soldiers because he hates gay people, and on the other side you have who wants mimosas? Yeah. Thank you. All right. So next up, we have someone who's not me using a chair, but we have a girl with 2 first names, Emily Jordan. Yeah!
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. You know how I feel. Scent of the pine. You know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. It's a new dawn. It's a new day.
All right, let's give it up for Emily one more time. Next up we have the amazing Nicholas Marison.
Blacked out for a second. What happened?
You did something beautiful.
I'm having sex with you tonight. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, our next act, Miss Crystal M. Harris.
Times that I've seen you lose your way, you're out of control, and you won't be told. What I can do to keep you safe is hold you close till you can breathe on your own. Till you can breathe on your own. What time you're slowly coming back to life. I'm giving you time. Let go of all your haunted dreams tonight. I'm giving you time. What time you're slowly coming back to life. I'm giving you let go of all your haunted dreams tonight. I'm giving you I won't let you down. Everyone keeps a darker place to lose control. You're not alone. And when you come looking for embrace, I know it's all. I'll be your home till you can breathe on your own. Till you can breathe on your own. What time you're slowly coming back to life. I'm giving you time. Let go of all your haunted dreams tonight. I'm giving you time. What time you're slowly coming back to life. I'm giving you let go of all your haunted dreams tonight. I'm giving you and I won't let you down. You never think that you will fly. You'll always swim against the tide. Don't you know your pain is mine? And I would die 1,000 times to ease your mind. To ease your mind. What time you're slowly coming back to life. Let go of all your haunted dreams tonight. I'm giving you what time you're slowly coming back to life. Let go of all your haunted dreams tonight. I'm giving you and I won't let you down.
Crystal, that was amazing! Yay! Next up we have the beautiful and talented and wonderful Alani Michon.
Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let us resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing on rising sun, now a new day's begun. Let us march on until victory's won. And now I would like to introduce a very hilarious person, Mr. Bryson Uribe.
Hey, keep it going for Alani. It's a comedian's favorite thing. It's following a singer. You guys can probably tell from my plaid suit that I used to be in the Marines.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Honestly, that's the best reaction I've ever gotten in Los Angeles. Usually my yoga instructor gets more claps. And the only thing he's fought for is his dignity. I apologize to all the yoga instructors in the room. Given our geographic location, there's at least 60 of you in here. My father hit me a lot growing up, so I joined the Marines. Because I missed my dad. I went to Iraq in 2008. That was about as fun as it sounds. Had to get out of that unhealthy relationship. They just wouldn't respect my needs to have hair and smoke weed. And people always ask me, like, Bryson, what was it like being in the military? So I tell them, being in the Marines was like being in the biggest fraternity. Except you have to wake up early, work out, shoot guns, and there's a chance you might die. Kind of like going to school in America. What, you guys don't like fraternities? Too soon? Was there another one today I haven't read about yet? I'll let it go, I'll let it go. I recently got my first DUI. I knew this group knew how to party. I mean, my only DUI. Saying first kind of sounds like I intend to get more. The worst part about it was my dog was with me. Yeah, he had to go to doggy jail. They gave him a bunch of vaccinations he wasn't even due for yet. Now he's autistic. It was a cheap one, but I had to do it. Now I feel self-conscious every time I open a beer. He's looking up at me. He's like, are we doing this again? You know it's bad when your dog's dosing intervention for you. After that, the police officer comes up to the car, or before that actually, he's banging on the window, because I was asleep. And I roll it down, and his first question is, sir, have you been drinking tonight? It's like, what makes you guys say that? He's like, the beer cans in your car. And I looked at him and I was like, you guys don't like fraternities? That's when I knew I should have let my dog drive home. So I'm sitting in the patrol car. I see my dog in the pound car. Yeah, this is unfortunately a true story. Can you guys imagine that car ride home? He didn't say a single word to me. And I see him in the pound truck. He's super judgmental too. And the police officer comes up, he goes, "Can we search your vehicle? Options are pretty limited at this point." So I comply. And he comes back to the car with a joint. I'm like, fuck it, I'm all in. He goes, "What do we have here?" It's like, you tell me, what's it look like? I mean, how long's this guy been a cop? He goes, "You trying to be smart with me, buddy?" I was like, I don't know, but apparently somebody's not making detective next month. Moral of the story, don't drink and drive with your dog. So it's 2018 and there's still a lot of racism. How you guys like that transition? I had racist roommates. That's when I was like, I gotta move out of my parents. That one kills everywhere else. You guys, we all have all these racist parents, like, not like hardcore racist, but they say some stuff that's not okay to say anymore. Like, Mom, you can't say that anymore. So, if it isn't obvious from my set, tonight's theme is hope. Imagine all the hope it took to make comedy out of my pain. Thank you. So next up, we have my friend, Kara Addington.
So you fart inside and it feels even worse. That's happening right now. Because guys, I've been in LA for like 2 years and I know. I still feel like I don't really fit in or something. I don't know. It's like, how do I put this? I've been staring at the Hollywood sign long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect actor, but it's always a disaster, no matter how hard I try. Every lift I take, every hike I pack, every gluten-free thing I make as a snack. I just can't win, I just don't fit in to the LA scene. See the line at the vegan restaurant, well it calls me. But no one knows how far it goes. Can't afford vintage shops in Silver Lake, oh the irony. One day I'll know. If I grow, there's just no telling how far I'll go. Now I know everybody's got a puppy. Sorry, service dog, it's still a puppy. Everybody knows you're fine. YouTube. How the fuck do I get a YouTube? Everything we do's online. I sit in my car, but I don't go far. Go into the gym, try to get real thin. Still down deep inside, something in me's died. I am so hungry. See the traffic on the 405 South, well, it haunts me. No one knows how far it goes. And I feel like I'm running out of time to be something. One day I'll know. If I find a friend, it won't be the end. So I joined Anthony Gilardi. It's like we're like pros. I feel composed. And with the power of this acting studio held behind me, one day you'll know how far I'll go. Everybody calm down. And now, somebody that I look up to for comedy, the very, very funny Mr. Luis Garcia!
Keep going for Kara. I wish like I could order food like that, you know? Like, and then on the flip side, they please fall forward. That'd be the lady, fool. It's funny, the theme this year was hope. I was like, well, I guess I ain't gotta do shit. I'm Mexican, bro. Like, we're born on hope. Like, my dad talked to my uncle, like, let's go to the U.S. I think they got jobs over there. And he's like, are you sure? I think so. I don't know. So what I'm saying is, like, it's in me. Like, it's in me. I'll be using my debit card, and my brother would be like, is that gonna go through, bro? I'm like, I hope so, dog. But I didn't always have that. I didn't always have hope. I went through a little phase where I was like hopeless. And what that looked like for me is like I got fat. I got fat. The reason I know, like, I realized I got fat. I discovered this because one day, what happened though is I looked in the mirror, bro, and I had titties. And for a man, titties are the first hint. Like, you gotta lose some weight, bro. I was afraid to look down because my nipples looked like pepperonis. And like good pepperonis too, not that Pizza Hut shit. I'm talking good Italian pepperoni slices. Like good shit, bro. And what I'm saying is I had big ass areolas. It wasn't good. Crazy. One time I looked down, bro, and my nipples were sad at me, bro. Like it looked like I had just killed their goldfish. I looked down, this one was like, what? Couldn't see it, so I looked over to the other. This one's Mexican. It was like, I felt ashamed as a father to these newborn titties. Like I had to cover up, walk around like that and shit. It's terrible. But I did, bro. I lost so far like 60 pounds. I don't think that sounds like a lot, but that's a whole half a human being on a 5'7" body, bro. And that's a lie too, bro. I'm 5'6.5". I just round up. I mean, because most guys do, don't we? You ever met a guy who rounded it down? No. Like, it's 13, but I just say a full on because I'm insecure. That man don't exist, bro. But I had to lose weight. I knew I had to lose weight because what happens is like your chores become your main source of exercise. Like, did you do exercise? Nah, I mowed the lawn, bro. I still not. But one time it was bad. My mom walks in, she was like, "Ay, mijo, did you do your exercise today?" I said, "No, Mom, God damn it, I mopped the floor." It was hot outside, it was like 97 degrees. I didn't even use the AC today. Probably burned like 13 pounds. 13 and a half if you round up, but fuck it, I'm not a mathematician, you know what I mean? Then the worst part though is that my mom used to take me shopping in the husky section. Bro, in the fucking husky section. And that's embarrassing because being husky is like the CVS brand of being fat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not quite there, but you got potential. Like, I see you there. And me, I was trying to fit in. Like, I went to the skinny jeans. I was like, I'm gonna wear these skinny jeans. And mom's, "Ay, mijo, mira, go try on the skinny jeans, pero I'm gonna tell you, take the huskies, porque you're gonna need them." I went in, I was trying. Bro, when I tried on the skinny jeans, homie, they didn't fit. They didn't. It felt like I was stuffing chorizo on my legs. And then what it looked like, it was like I was wearing yoga pants. So it looked like I was smuggling grapes right here. It was terrible. But I walked out, what I did when I walked out with confidence, but like my knees wouldn't bend, so I walked out like that. Check it out, Mom. Ay, no, you know, I can see your huevitos. No? It looks right now like you're doing long division. Look, I see the pilín, and the other huevito. No, don't put on the huskies. So I went to the fitting room with the attitude, bro, and what happened with the husky jeans is like, they fit so good. I had room, like my ass fit, everything, and like it made me feel good, but my heart broke, bro, because I didn't want it, because that meant I was fat. So I walked out, and I was like, "Mom, look, they don't even fit." "Ay, mijo, they look so good. Look, and I can't even see your pilín no more." It's like, "Mom, they don't fit, and stop talking about my pilín. I'm 28. Terrible. But I had hit rock bottom, and I knew, like, I hit rock bottom because I almost died. I mean, like, but tying my shoe. I don't know if that ever happened to you, bro. I probably didn't, bro, but this is why it was my intervention. Like, what happened, it was like any other day, I felt a little weird, something in the air, but like what happened is I looked down, I moved my stomach to the side, and I noticed my shoe was untied. So I was like, no big deal, I got this. I'm gonna tie my shoe. But when I went down though, I wasn't thinking about my titties. My titties weighed me down, so I shot straight down, boom, like that, bro. And what happened when I hit the ground is I think something fucked up my windpipe. Because I couldn't breathe, bro, and I started looking like Kara holding a fart, you know? So I was like, started crying. I was like, "God, please don't let me go like this." And at that moment, God came down and he gave me like a scuba diver breath, bro, to just save my life. I was like, and at that point, I just had to go with the fat boy tie, bro. If you don't know what the fat boy tie, it's just like a kneel and a squat right here, and you just tie the side with your chest up though for respiration. Anyway, guys, my name is Luis Garcia.
You guys having a good time tonight? Good to hear. Thank you, Luis. That was so funny. So next up, we have an artist by the name of Elena Ferranti. What she's been doing was watching our show the whole night, and she's doing something called a Coach's Challenge that we do at the studio sometimes. So she watched the entire show, and she then made what you're going to see. And so it's based off what you saw, what she saw, and it's going to be art. But she's a little short, so. That's too fast. She's not hot. Right here, but she did it. All right, guys, Elena Ferranti.
I have a bit of a setup, so just, talk amongst yourself. It's all good. Come on, Elena. Everything's coach. There's so much. See, when you do it shows like this is you bring friends whom you know are loud, and then it's just that
Do you want a third stand?
You know, if I could have 5 more stands, I think I'd really appreciate it.
No, really though, you need another one?
No, I'm totally good. two mics and 2 stands are like fine. Okay. So, to be fair, I didn't write this song tonight, but I finished it like a couple hours ago. And for those of you who are not in the studio, thank you, sir. For those of you who are not in the studio, a coach's challenge is basically Anthony Gilardi, our coach, puts you in the most vulnerable position ever, and then you have to perform based on whatever he tells you. And for me, I tend to over-prepare, so this is a huge challenge for me, and I feel super uncomfortable. This will be the first time that I'm playing the song full through, and we're just gonna get through this together. Oh, by the way, I don't have a title. This is usually when I would tell you the title of the song, but since it's literally not even done, you guys can tell me later. Just let me know what you think. Okay. When you can unfold how you feel or do what you're told. If you feel your life's a mess, like right now, just follow the beating in your chest. Forget all the times you want to rewind and fix. You cannot control what the future holds, and it's not the end of the world. It can never be. Just say to yourself, there's hope inside of me. Now, don't let this easy tune get anyone confused, cause I've been beaten down, fully battered and bruised. My mama hurt my body and my soul alike. I've been trying to cope since I was a tyke. I tried dancing through it like Crystal, Emily, and Hart, but I couldn't find my rhythm, and the hardest part was being inflexible in my schedule and my body. Couldn't get it, looked like I was doing karate. Forget all the times you want to hide and fix. You cannot control what the future holds, and it's not the end of the world. It can never be. Just say to yourself, there's hope inside of me. I tried laughing through it all, but it was no use. I attempted using my silliness as an excuse to evade the problem, only came off as a phony. It became clear I was a one-trick pony. Bryson fought his way through the military. He had us all laughing, but I'm sure it was scary. So thank you for your service in your dashing plaid suit. It's a far, far cry from your military boots. We stripped about the times in his old weight, but from where I'm standing now, he's looking pretty great. He had us laughing so hard our sides were splitting and yawning, packed us up. They were fearlessly knit in a blanket of insults because they had to vent about the deplorable actions of our current government. Okay. It's okay, it's gonna be okay, you guys. Now, Lonnie, Nick, and Kara, your ears must be ringing because I'm about to talk about how all of you are singing your hope into existence, using persistence, never thinking to take the path of least resistance. Alani lifted every voice she sang a cappella. In my humble opinion, she did hella, hella good. Nick is jealous of the weather, frankly, so am I. I wish that he would serenade me till the day I die.
You got it, baby.
I'm sorry, Kara is Moana if she moved to Los Angeles, but with a voice like that, girl, I'm sure you can handle this. All of you were fabulous, we all sang along, and just like you guys, I found my hope through song. I started strumming and singing and embracing my voice, and as soon as I got started, I no longer had a choice. My words just kept flowing, and I had to keep going. I even started rapping, hence the rhymes that I'm throwing. So now I remember the times I would not blind or switch. I can't wait to see what the future will be, and it's important to know all you have to do is trust. Right, Anthony? Yeah! And don't ever forget, there's hope inside of us. And now, to introduce the man who needs no introduction, the reason we're all here, the man of the hour, Anthony Gilardi.
Somebody shorter than me, I like it. Any hippos in the house? I don't want to bore you with all this, like, thank you to everybody, so I will thank everybody personally. This is the 7th year that we've done this, and this is the 7th time that I took the stage and I said, my kids are more talented than your kids. That's all there is to it. That's it. And I love you guys. You guys know how much I love you guys, and there's really not much else to say. Besides, I'm gonna have sex with you tonight. That was just too good. I had to steal it. That was just the way you just... I am gonna thank... I'm not gonna do a fucking comedy routine. But I do think that what I should say and express would be better to do through song. I'm not gonna fucking sing. You really thought I was gonna sing? I'm gonna sing big every year. I'm not gonna fucking sing. Alright, I do want to thank a couple of people. I know
Bully exercise!
Yeah, bully my ass. Yeah. Alright. Everybody calm down. I do want to thank Amelia. Where's Amelia? Jason. Let me tell you something. Anyone that knows me knows that not having my hands in this is very, very difficult. I literally saw the show for the first time tonight, and I love it. It's crazy. It's scary for me to be that hands off, but it's just a testament to how great I feel that you guys are. And I also, you guys know how much I love my girl. I just want to say hello to my girl. So thank you to my girl Christina, my Christina. I also want to thank my wife, Noah. 17. It's not a comedy. Ken likes it. That being said, when I started my studio 7 years ago, it was very important to me to create a home for artists and actors. When I first moved to LA, the first thing I noticed was everything's so far away. Like all the people were so far away and just so displaced, and there was no connection. Or maybe just nobody liked me. I don't know. Maybe it was a possibility. But I'm from a tight-knit neighborhood in Boston. North End in the house. And I wanted to bring some of that to Los Angeles, to Hollywood. And it was the most important thing to me because I knew, I was acting for a while, directing for a while and stuff like that, and I just knew that there was so many disadvantages that this city has to offer and this industry has to offer. It's just, you're just out of control. You don't know, it doesn't really reward excellence as much as it should. And that was really sad for me. But I do have hope. That's the thing. And it was important for me to make sure that I create, just put that anywhere. In the middle of a fucking speech, right? So it was really important for me to make sure that we had a home and we started our own family. Because it's really tough without family. It's really tough without a support group, without a pool of resources to get by. And I knew that, and that was number one. Noah will tell you, I sat Noah down. I was like, this is what we're gonna do, man. And I don't know how we're gonna do it. I don't know if anyone's gonna come, but that's what we're doing. And 7 years later, we have this.
Yeah.
And really cool. Started Hippo Life. So we can have another opportunity to feed our souls. Sometimes our souls just get crushed on a daily basis, and that wasn't cool for me. I didn't like that. And I just basically wanted my kids to just say, for once I am in control. For once I can do something and it belongs to me. I have a place to go, I have a stage, I have a church, something to hold holy. And for once in our lives, we have this. And if this is all we have, then it's cool. It's cool. For once we could say, for once in our lives. Impromptu, I didn't even know what I was going to do. We have someone to hold us. We're not alone anymore. I didn't know I was going to do this. It's not planned. I'm just going to go. My girl tells me, just go, baby. Just go, baby. Just go, baby. For once, we could say, this is ours, motherfucker. You can't take it. Long as we know we have love, we can make it. And she's always wrong every time she tells me to do that. But I do. That's it for me. I'm done. Just want to tell you guys, thank you for coming, and you'll never be able to know the love that I have in my heart for you guys. Never. I know that you think you know, but you don't. You just don't. And there's so much, and it's endless, and it all goes out to you guys. And you feed it back to me, and that's what makes my heart beat every single day.
We love you. We love you.
Try to handcuff you, I know Jason and Amelia right now, they're like,
Hurry up.
see? You just feel it. All right, I'm done. And I mean it this time. I do want to, should I move this? I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna do this so I can hand this. We have one more finale, which again I've never seen, and I know that it's going to be great. So I want you guys to give it up one more time for everyone that played tonight. Open up their heart to you. I also want to thank Sid. Sid is like my right-hand man. For a long time. It's like, you know, nobody buys that fake British accent. I don't know, he's from Akron. I don't know what. We're not buying it, Sid. Not fucking buying it. It's practice. It just needs practice. So without further ado, I give you... What happened?
Get off the stage. Get off. I want to say something first before we do the
Get off the stage?
Get off the fucking stage. Thank you. It's one of the sexiest men in the room. What about these people you brought together? All these people are here because of something you built. This is beautiful. Thank you. Please sit down.
Oh, okay. They didn't tell me! They didn't tell me!
Taking my thunder, motherfucker. I just wanted to say to everyone that brought a toy tonight, thank you so much. Honestly, thank you. It really means a lot. You are giving hope. You're giving a gift of kindness to a family and a child that may not get it otherwise. So, thank you all very much for that. Also, thank you all for coming to support the wonderful talent we have tonight. It's difficult because a lot of us are struggling actors. Some of us are living out of our cars at the moment. It's difficult for us to pay rent. And so we... a few more things that I need to say. Thank you. Thank you. Also, I guess I'm having sex with Anthony tonight. I have a wait list in the back. If anyone else wants to jump on. But like I was saying, we have some struggling actors that are here. Some living in their cars. It's difficult for them to pay rent, and I said rent, so it's rent. As long as people don't start singing, I'll just keep talking through it. It really means a lot that you guys are here. From the bottom of and there's some 525,000 moments so deep. This is what I gotta do with it. 525,000. Weird eye contact. I can see it. Just don't come up here at the moment because I need my stuff. And they're coming up.
son of a whore and a Scotsman. Dropped in the spot in the Caribbean. My father thinks impoverished and squalor. Grow up to be an actor and a scholar. But $1, kind of father, without a father, got a lot farther. By working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter. Every day my slave struggled to keep his heart up. Inside he was looking for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, and barter. Then a hurricane came and devastation came down there. He saw his future dripping down the drain. Put a pencil to his temple, connected it to his brain, and he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his fame. Got around, they said this kid is insane, man. Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from which you came, and the world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man? You need Gilardi. Things that he just you wait, just you wait.
Years later, see and his mother bedridden, half dead, sitting in their own sick, the sensitive. And Anthony got better and he moved to LA quick.
His cousin up on the west side, left him with nothing but moving rides on the side of boy saying, you gotta live for yourself. He started reading every script on the shelf. And putting nothing left to do for someone else's skin. Putting in nothing to without a sense of recipe. You started working for his west side landlord, trading sugar cane and rum and all the things he can't afford, scamming for every book he can get his hands on, planning for the future. See him now as he stands on the bow of the ship, heading for a new land. In LA, you can't be a new man. Just you wait. Just you wait. Just you
I trust him.
And me, I'm the damn fool to doubt him. What's your name, man? Anthony Gilardi. All right, every single person in this house gets $1. All right, guys, good night, everybody. Wait. We have the room until they throw us out, so...
I'll go put some music on.
Put some music on and let's have some fun. My kids are more talented than your kids. Yay. So we say, jingle bells, jingle bells. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. She comes